Alrighty guys, so we are in Virginia Beach. We are right outside of Sandbridge, just south of Virginia Beach, and Island Cove, Island Cove RV Resort. We just came down. We were about 80 miles away, short drive today, and when we got here we had our Truma. We had no hot water. Our Truma wasn't working at all. So I'll kind of show you what I did. Bear with me. So we will all right, so pulled this open. It shows on here. Let's get it here. There should be an LED light here. Doesn't matter, it can go either way. And I had no power. I had no light. So I started thinking, well, maybe the safety valve on the propane and had triggered it, but we had fuel inside. We had flame to our furnace. We had flame to our grill. So then I came back out here and I tried to reset it, basically shut it off, turn it back on, because we always leave this switch on. And up here. And I reset it, and as you see, no lights. So I knew that the problem I had was a power problem, not a gas problem. I'm not even getting a LED blink code. So here's my LED light for a fault codes. Wasn't getting that either. So I knew that it was something on the 12 volt side. So then we went through that lovely adventure. So come inside, I'll show you what we did, and we'll figure this all out. So first and foremost, we'll go up into the closet. Now, the hardest part is finding access. You need to find access to the back of your hot water heater. I guarantee you that there is an access panel. Everyone has an access panel, but it might be under a drawer. It might be in your basement behind an access panel. Ours, we weren't so lucky. Ours is in our closet. So this is the actual cable that is the input. This is our 12 volt down here, sorry. 12 volt and our hot and our negative. Now, I was plugged in and I have a jump box. This is a Noco. It's a GB70. I love this thing. I use it all the time because it's, 12 volt supply. So what I did is I cut these down, and I got to this terminal here, and I wanted to do this too because this was all twisted up in the hoses of everything. So what I did is we cut the terminals off, and then I just used my positive and my negative from my Norco here onto these, and I instantly had hot water. So I knew that it was something here. So then what I did is, and pretty standardized, is red is hot, your white is your common in your RVs. So if you go looking for black wires, you're probably not going to find them. They're more or less going to be just a solid white. Now, what I did is I took this wire here, and you'll see I put a butt connector on the end of it, and I put it on the red wire of this guy here. And what I did is then go back down here, and this lovely rat's nest in here is the back of my 12 volt panel. This is part of my spider control, so all of my lights, anything that's 12 volt, which is basically everything except for outlets, is in here. So I just went by and I put this to the negative, and then I just put my tester on ohms, and I literally just went through every single one until we got that. And what it was is on this terminal here, it was this wire right here. It had actually came out of the terminal block. So just by going through and doing some you know, troubleshooting, and the biggest thing is don't be your own worst enemy. A lot of times that'll happen and you overthink it, and a lot of this stuff is super simple. It's 12 volt. It's not 12 volt controls everything in your RV. It really does. It's the brains. 120 is the bronze, but the 12 volts the brains. And if you don't have something working right off the bat, check your 12 volt. 99% of the time that's what it is. Like I said, we went through this, we just kind of ohm'd it. So I did a continuity test basically from one end to the other. That way I'm not ripping stuff apart. It's really simple just to go from one end to the other and just get you a jumper wire. This one was 30 feet long, and I used it as my daisy chain so until I found my continuity. Once I found my continuity, then I knew I had where my problem was, because it wasn't, the wire wasn't broken anywhere, and like I said, it was just working where we just were, so we knew something had vibrated loose probably. We were on some pretty rough roads coming over here, and sure enough, just popped out of the terminal. I plugged that guy back in and our Truma was working. So like I said, moral of the story, don't overthink it. Just remember it's 12 volt. It's not that complicated. It's really easy to figure out. So we plug the terminal back into our board. Now we'll go back outside and I'll show you what it's supposed to look like. So we'll now turn it on and we have a green light. And you'll hear it kick on, which it just did. We'll probably already have water in there, but that's just the, like I said, don't overthink it. Really simple. 12 volt is the bronze, or the brain, not the bronze, the brain. So just remember that, all right? If you guys got any questions, let us know. If not, we appreciate it, and we'll see you next week. Thanks a bunch, guys.